the BSF 10% reservation for ex-Agniveers in CISF. The MHA has now issued a notification announcing 10% reservation for the ex-Agniveers in the vacancies within the Central Industrial Security Force as well. My colleague Shivani joining us with the details. Shivani, the BSF had already announced a reservation. Now we have CISF also making a similar announcement.
Yes, actually, it's been almost 1 year now since this Agniveer recruitment scheme was announced last year. There were a lot of inhibitions, and the government has already announced a number of reservations for these Agniveers who will be quitting army after their service. And now the Home Ministry has announced 10% reservation for the ex-Agniveers in the CISF. And the upper age limits will be also relaxed up to 5 years for the first batch, and up to 3 years for the subsequent batches of former Agniveers. So this is the kind of reservation that has been announced. And initially last year, the BSF had already announced 10% reservations. And now the CISF has also issued this, the MHA has issued this notification regarding 10% reservation in CISF for Agniveers.
Absolutely. And, it's been 1 year, like you mentioned, of the trainees. But initially, when the Agniveer scheme had been introduced, the Agnipath scheme, it faced a lot of criticism on what would happen to those who complete the 4 years of training. So this answers a lot of questions and a lot of critics as well.
Yes, when the scheme was announced, there were a lot of inhibitions, and there were a lot of forces, political forces also, that tried to create confusion amongst people, and especially the youth who wanted to be Agniveers. And we saw a very good response among the youngsters, and there was a record application for Agniveers. And the government also tried to convince everybody who had some doubts. And after that, they also made provisions for these Agniveers who will be quitting army after a short span of service to get absorbed in the government services. And for that matter only, the BSF also announced 10% reservations. Now CISF has also announced 10% reservations. And not only these reservations, but there are a lot of other things that are being done for ex-Agniveers. When they'll be leaving army, they will be getting skill certificates and admission reservations in various universities. So this is another step for those who want to be in the army, to serve the army as Agniveers for a short span.
Okay, all right. Shivani, thank you for joining us with those details.